Okay, this will be round two of trying to record this because for some reason, Ableton keeps turning off the switching when I unplug the headphones, my output. And every time I do that, it changes. So I had to constantly fix it. But anyway, wanted to show you guys this. This is a track I'm working on, it's in progress. And I'm using a couple of different instruments here. So this is Soliste, which is Expressive Ease Violin. And then I'm using their double bass, which is right here. So I played these little 8-bar riffs in and then grab some Addictive drums. I'm using on Addictive drums this to warm the drum sound. And then this Valhalla plate coupled with my drum bus, which has another Valhalla plug-in on it. And then we're using of course, this transient shaper and drum kit enhancer to make it sound a little more, to make it more punchy, I guess. You could, in theory, just put, if you have knock, which I have knock, you could use knock. The reason why I tend to choose these over that is because the types of drums I use vary depending on what type of music I'm making, and I don't want to be stuck with a plugin that might be tailored towards one sound. That said, I'm not saying you can't use those. You can, of course. Um, that's just my selection. I've increased a few pieces here on the master chain. This one I love, APX 351. The problem is it's a very CPU um, extensive plugin. It really sends my CPU up. So you'll see I'm using so many different plugins. Of course, it's gonna have some effect on it, but I'm leaving it on the master. I have this one on the master too, but I'm probably going to remove this one from the master just because I think I have too much. So let me go ahead and save this set. I'll probably end up removing that one from my master chain. I'm trying out some new stuff to try to enhance the sound a little bit. So there you go on that. Now, this is the one I've told you guys about in the past by Konstantin Klim, who does a lot of different presets for different people. This is one of his Max for Live called Chaotic Synth. So I used it. You can hit the random and create these different chaotic synths. And then what I did was I made a second copy and then bounced it down to audio. The reason is because I'm trying to cut back on the CPU so that when I run the APX, it doesn't make it stutter and flicker. Now it's weird because I'm on the M1. You would think on the M1 with 16 gigs that I wouldn't have any issues. But keep in mind, I am running a lot of different plugins going on here. I'll probably get rid of this keyboard. I don't need it there. This is it feels like my mic is going in and out, but it could be because I'm lowering my head and the volume of where I'm talking. But if you look in here, I'm using Chasm and this preset called Steel Ascension. Okay, so that is the preset I'm on. This is the intro, and then I just kind of, this is where I'm at, right? It's just in 16 bars and then just kind of looped it out here where or doubled it, I should say. And then I got to figure out what I want to add to that. So I'm gonna let you hear it, just so it's not me just talking, but here you go. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of what it sounds like. Of course, it's work in progress, but that's a start, right? Now, this song will be played for the first time outside of what you're hearing now. The final version, you'll hear it on Koala Beatcast, not this week, obviously, where I'm dropping this video, but the following week. So I'm just starting it in here. I need to wait till I get the rest of the samples that they're using for that week, and then I'm going to fit them into this track. So my idea may be to use some of those samples for texture, and my go-to that I probably will use is Cataract because Cataract is just nice for that, right? It's nice to create glitchy samples. I want something textural going across the background. I was going to use the chaotic synth, but this thing can get to where it overtakes your track almost. It's that very chaotic feel. So I'm looking at other options, potentially using, and I want to use some of the samples in my song. So I'll find a way to interweave those into the track at some point. But anyway, yeah, you'll hit the final version if you tune in to Koala Beatcast. Again, not today, but the next Friday when it drops. Okay. And I'll see you then.